If you had to guess what kills the most amount of Americans every single year, you'd probably get it wrong. It's not rare diseases, rarely ever freak accidents. It's everyday things that most people don't even think about. And the worst part is, by the time they realize something's wrong, it might already be too late. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the top 5 biggest causes of deaths for Americans every single year. And by the end of the video, the consensus we will come to will probably shock you. Coming in at number 5, causing over 145,000 deaths each year, is chronic lower respiratory disease, also known as COPD. COPD is when lung function declines year over year, and causing lung airways to become narrow and inflamed. This is primarily caused by smoking, air pollution, and poor working conditions. COPD damage is often irreversible. When lung tissue is damaged, it is replaced by stronger, larger tissues, making the airways much tighter and smaller. Smoking tobacco is the leading cause of COPD, and secondhand smoke inhalation is the second leading cause. Severe COPD can cause a person to lose up to 10 years of their life, with advanced cases reducing a person's life expectancy to only 1 to 5 years. COPD flare-ups often lead to deadly outcomes. 33% of persons who have become hospitalized because of COPD die within 6 months, and an additional 10% die within the year. COPD rates are also projected to worsen over the years with increased rates of vaping and smoking. The 4th highest cause of death in the US is stroke. Strokes are responsible for over 160,000 American deaths. A stroke is when blood flow cannot get to the brain, starving it of the oxygen it needs to function, causing brain cells to die instantly. Brain cells are not replenishable. The ones you lose are gone forever. This is why strokes are the leading cause of disability in the United States, because damage from them is often permanent. 1 in 4 stroke survivors will have another, and strokes are primarily caused by blood clots forming by plaque building up in the arteries, which is often an accumulation of poor lifestyle choices. Poor diet, obesity, lack of exercise, and alcohol use are all leading causes of high blood pressure. 50% of survivors are chronically disabled, and disability often includes paralysis on one side of the body or loss of function in hands and feet. In addition, it often leads to cognitive loss, with many stroke survivors experiencing losses of speech and having trouble thinking. This leads us to number 3. Accidental deaths are responsible for the loss of over 220,000 American lives every year and is the leading cause of death for individuals under 45. The leading cause of accidental deaths is drug overdoses, with the main cause of overdoses being street drugs laced with fentanyl. Many people start with prescription drugs and then move on to street drugs out of pure addiction. And the second highest cause of accidental deaths are car accidents, and a large portion of these deaths can be attributed to independent variables. Variables such as speeding, drunk driving, no seatbelts, and distracted driving. Both of these outcomes happen fast and often have no building or warning, usually the result of just one poor decision. The second highest cause of death for Americans in the United States is cancer, contributing to over 613,000 deaths every single year. Cancer has consistently been the second leading cause of death in the United States for decades. Cancer is when cells in your body start growing rapidly out of control and don't stop. Normal cells grow, die, then get replaced. Cancer cells, on the other hand, never stop growing. Some cancers are inherited, but most are not purely genetic. Lung cancer is the deadliest form of cancer, and smoking is responsible for 80 to 90% of lung cancer cases. 40% of cancers are linked to preventable lifestyle factors. Alcohol, poor diet, and inactivity all increase risk. Obesity is also linked to 13 different types of cancers. Screening is an important factor in cancer prevention. 30 to 50% of all cancers could be prevented with screenings and early lifestyle changes. This is important because as of right now, half the US population will experience cancer sometime in their lives. With such a massive number, it's important to bring awareness to prevention. This brings us to number 1. And the number 1 leading cause of deaths in America every single year is heart disease, claiming the lives of over 700,000 Americans every year. About 1 in 3 American deaths are due to heart disease, with someone dying due to heart disease around every 34 seconds. Heart disease happens when plaque builds up slowly over years, causing arteries to narrow and eventually clots to form, resulting in a heart attack. Many people experience no symptoms with sometimes the first symptom of a heart disease being the heart attack itself. Heart disease is largely preventable, with risk increasing massively through poor lifestyle habits. Heart disease is a lifestyle-built condition that often starts early in life, particularly in your 20s and even into your teens. Poor diet, obesity, and a lack of exercise all contribute to weakening the heart. Maintaining a healthy weight and eating healthy can reverse or even prevent your heart from weakening over time. Most people don't think about this stuff because it doesn't feel urgent, and that's exactly why it's dangerous. You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to be aware. Because the things that kill the most people aren't dramatic, they're consistent. Because the top 5 things that kill the most people in this country are largely preventable. And that's what I wanted to bring awareness to in this video. Many of the choices that you make impact your life far greater over time than they do in the moment. So that's why it's crucial that you make lifestyle choices that will set you up for long-term success. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you.